And my mission here is to present him with a letter of my decision to run the presidential race. As you are probably aware, I was a contestant in 2011 on the platform of National Conscience Party. Today, I'm a member of PDP, a very, very proud one at it, because PDP is the only leading opposition political party in Nigeria today and one of the biggest in Africa. I'll quickly read the letter. It's not a very lengthy letter, if you permit me, and we will make copies available to you by email and any other means you may require. My great chairman, thanks for giving me the opportunity to present this epoch-making letter at very short notice. I sent him a message yesterday and immediately gave me this appointment. It is a palpable demonstration of your intellectual discipline, simplicity, and cosmopolitan worldview, and our party is fortunate to have such a serious academic and patriot as our chairman at this momentous period in the life of our troubled country. May God help you to lead us from glory to glory. In the last few days, there have been widespread speculations about my presidential bid for a second time. I've been greatly humbled by the excitement already generated, which reminds me of how it was 29 years ago, when your good friend and my own adopted father, Chief Moshood Abiola, threw his heart in the ring. It is very obvious that Nigerians are eager to restore that promise of hope and the accompanying peace and joy that we lost. The time has come for full reconciliation and forgiveness and a closure of our ugly past. Nigeria urgently requires a reset and a total redirection. With this letter, sir, I wish to humbly put the speculations to rest by coming to you with every sense of purpose and responsibility. After due consultations with my family, friends, and some stakeholders, I've arrived at the decision to contest the 2023 presidential election on the platform of our great party, PDP. If selected as the party's candidate, I hasten to add that this is my personal decision. I was not forced by anyone to do it, although I have received advice, encouragement, and support from diverse quarters since I started my consultation. I therefore offer myself to the PDP as the best aspirant to turn the fortunes of our esteemed party and our well-endowed country around. In this regard, and with a deep sense of humility and profound respect, I urge the party not to consider picking its candidate based on the usual considerations which have spectacularly failed our country in the past. The mood of the teeming youth, and indeed every patriotic Nigerian who will need to come out en masse to vote for our party, aligns with this view. It is for this reason that I invite our great party, PDP, to accept that it must search for a veritable flag bearer with the requisite leadership and visionary qualities that Nigerians now earnestly yearn for. I am convinced that the time has come to seriously challenge and dislodge those politicians who have held our country to ransom by kidnapping, hijacking, and destroying the future of our younger generation and generations yet unborn. I am better prepared now than at any time of my first foray into the fray in 2011, and I'm fully ready and certainly capable for the onerous tasks and responsibilities ahead. I wish to place on record my firm promise and commitment not to be harassed, bullied, or intimidated by anyone who feels he or she can buy the whole of Nigeria with loads of cash fraudulently and illegally filched and taken from the Nigerian people. I am proud to follow in the best traditions of my heroic mentor, Chief Moshood Abiola, who had wanted to banish poverty in our land, but was disastrously disallowed from achieving this laudable objective. Nigeria has paid a heavy price and penalty in the last 29 years and suffered untold agony and indignity as a result of that tragic misadventure. Nigeria deserves much better than where we are now. And I appeal to fellow Nigerians, and in particular to members of the press, is that we should collectively rescue our dear country from the suffocating claws of slave masters, overlords, and tyrants. I vociferously and vehemently reject any suggestion that Nigeria should continue to tread this dangerous path. The die is cast, and we must regain and take back our country. I fully and unequivocally commit and dedicate myself to this cause. So help me God. Thank you for listening to me.
Colleagues, questions? Just raise up your hands and then please. Okay.
Editor, sir.
Yes, please.
My name is Michael Yakos, I'm from Nigerian Agenda.
Yes, sir.
Former in Print Magazine in Lagos.
Many years ago. Thank you. It's good to see you again.
Thank you, sir. And sir, your party by December, October last year, did their national convention. We saw how it was that end of the day, we had only one presidential candidate. They were behind the doors and did what they call consensus. Yes, behind the doors and did what they call consensus. And that is what had only one aspirant that came up with chairmanship. 2023 is coming. But then you have people like Atiku and others, Ayim and Co, who are already in the race. Would you allow that kind of thing that happened last time during the convention, where they had only a single aspirant? Will you go for it for consensus candidates?
Nothing is impossible. The job of any aspirant is to show his capacity to win the election. Nobody is going to hand it over to you on a platter. The reason they had a consensus was because everybody agreed that the chairmanship candidacy of Dr. Iliocharge Ayu was the best for the party at that time. So I'm sure it's also possible that when that time comes, the party will come together, because all of us would have gone around and would have been able to demonstrate to the people our capacity. And I'm very sure that I'm very ready. You don't wake up and say, I want to be president of Nigeria. It's a very big thing. So you have to look at people's antecedents, where they are coming from. There is nobody at present, and I'm very certain about this with every sense of modesty. There is no candidate that will be better than me.
Channels, yes.
All right, sir. My name is Friday. I'm a reporter with Channels TV. When you said the party PDP should not follow the previous considerations in the choice of who represent them in the election, what exactly do you mean? Are you saying, for instance, that the party should not consider zoning because that has been part of the previous considerations?
I haven't said anything about zoning. The party elders will decide how it should go, whether zoning or not zoning. The mood in the country today, as far as I know, is that power should come to the south. If you look at it, President Obasanjo left in 2007, and then you had Alhaji Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, who died, and then Dr. Goodluck Jonathan was able to come in. And since then, we've now had Buhari, and by the grace of God, we will have him for 8 years in 2023. So, naturally, and the country is in total disarray. You have people agitating in the southeast, you have people agitating in the southwest, even in the middle belt, everyone is agitating. So, I believe power should come to the south so that we can douse the tension. That's what, and if you, I will give you a copy of the letter. If you read my letter, you will see that I'm for reconciliation. The problem with Nigeria is that we lost that hope in 1993, and we have suffered for it. By next year to be 30 years. In some countries, a 35-year-old man has just become president. And in 30 years, we are still coping in total darkness, in the wilderness. For how long can we continue? What I meant by that is that usually what you hear in political parties is that you want to go and pick a governor or a former minister or a former senator. I said no, they should look beyond. If you want to play Brazil in the game of football, if you play Brazilian style, you will lose. The APC is not going to be an easy party. Because one, they are already in power. Two, they have a former military general in power who does not seem to care about anything. They are ready to damn any consequence. We've seen it in Osun, we've seen it elsewhere. So you then need someone that they cannot bully. You need a party who can cut across party lines. You need a party who can ignite a passion in the youths of Nigeria. I've worked with the youths most of my life. Today, entertainment is one of our biggest exports, almost bigger than oil. So if you talk of all the top artists who are making us proud globally, there were people who had at one time or the other come under my mentorship. So if you are looking at stricto sensu, hardcore politician, it will be very difficult to find one who will be able to drive out the youths on the street. And don't forget, I'll give the example of my state, Edo State, that when Godwin Obaseki was running for second term, the reason we were able to win Edo was the passion from the youth who were ready to die, that if you rig in this place, we're going nowhere. So if you have a colorless, a colorful person because it's a big name, or if the youth feel the person is too old, you might be running a risk. So that is the subliminal message in my letter. Thank you.
I think just a few questions last place we have. Dr. Leon, please.
Yes, sir.
So if you have the time, I have the time.
So, Dr. Leon.
Yes, sir. My name is Dr. Leon Osibe of the Nigerian Tribune. Sir, you were a major actor, in the process that led to Buhari's presidency. So in which case, you actually worked against the return of PDP to power. I just wanted to reconcile your position then and your intention now to vie for the ticket of the party, the PDP, that you seemingly didn't want in power in 2019 and 2015.
Thank you. It's a very good question. But the truth is, at the time I worked as an activist. I was not a member of APC. I didn't work for Buhari as a member of APC. The mood of the nation was that Buhari will make a better Nigeria. It's all about our country. What we're doing now is not just about your party, it's also about your country. And if you say that, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar worked against the party, he came back to the party. My very good friend and brother, Alhaji Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, left the party. The current governor of Sokoto left the party. Dr. Bukola Saraki left the party. In fact, I'm the only outsider. All the other people were previous members who left the party, went away, and came back. Thank you.
Last question, please. Last question, please. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. My name is Felix Sonan, and I'm from Reuters World News Agency. You had tried in the past to be the president of this country, and eventually you didn't go far at all. It was only your family members and a few of your friends that voted for you. What are you going to do differently? Have you really strategized to make a difference, to be able to attain certain level in this country? And then secondly, the feelings generally, the zoning thing. It is generally believed that the Southeast should produce the next presidency. And how are you going to be able to convince the Southeasterners to support you in this your ambition?
Thank you, sir. You see, with due respect to the 26,000 people who voted for me in 2011, it was not my family. That was the 26,000, I couldn't have amassed 26,000 people nationwide. In fact, I had more votes from northern parts. The problem then, and I realized my mistake, was that I was operating, I wanted to win a national election from a fringe local party. It is not possible. And that has been my advice to Omoyele, to Kingsley Moghalu, to Fela Kuti, and the rest of them, that if you really want to contest the highest office, then you have to go to the highest political parties. And there are only two, APC and PDP. And I chose PDP because APC is already useless. APC has completely ruined our country. Buhari has divided the country beyond imagination. And so the only other option is PDP. And I am proud to join hands and forces with other members of PDP to make sure that we chase them away as far and as quickly as possible. On the issue of the Southeast, there is nobody, quote me, who has campaigned for a Southeast candidacy more than me. But you have to face reality. Sometimes you have to face reality. Reality right now is the candidates are just imagined, but the ones who have emerged, I am not sure they'll be able to do it. I'm working in partnership with a lot of Southeasterners. I cannot say a lot of things in public. Trust me about that. I'm working today. If you ask an average Southerner to choose between what I have done for the Southeast and what some governors have done, you will be shocked. And I will send you very, very serious information on this and evidence of how close I am to the Southeast. Today, I am the only one who is from South-South. I'm from Edo State. I'm from Iwe, Owan East local government. My mother is from Osun State, Gogon. I was born in Ile-Ife. I'm a child of diversity and a child of destiny. So all those things didn't just happen. And if you talk about experience in my career as a journalist, I've risen to the top. If I was a lawyer, I'd probably have been double senior advocate of Nigeria. It's only now that people don't respect journalists in Nigeria. All our founding fathers in the past had journalism either as a platform or as a profession. From Awolowo to Anthony Enahoro to Nnamdi Azikiwe, even if you walk across to Ghana, the Osagyefo, Kwame Nkrumah, they all had journalism background. And we are the ones who understand the problems. I hope someone can get us some books. I have some books and you need to go through some of my books so you will see the work we have done. Because we criticize everybody. So we know what makes a bad government and what makes a good government. Thank you.